introductions while I change the score.
Certainly, in the top right-hand corner of Game 2, he's currently down 1, but can he bring it back? It is SCACOldScars.
His opponent spawning in the lower left. Here on Neoplanet S, it's the Green Zerg, dTefel. And I think a big factor of that last game, ColdScars, I don't know, I feel he took a really heavy loss after that first hit, but it was so aggressive and so good, and maybe the aggression, while it may not have paid off for that game, it's kind of said to dTefel, like, look, I'm willing to be aggressive. I'm going to come at you early. Maybe dTefel will end up playing a little more defensively this game, and in doing so may allow ColdScars to start going off with these drops that he needs to be able to pull off.
Yeah, true. It would be cool to see ColdScars even change it up completely, go for something completely different to the last game. I mean, the last game it was a very definitive two-base push, and that kind of tipped dTefel off as to what was going on because he had the Overlord at the third base. It was like, okay, you don't look like you're taking a third CC. He saw the army composition. He was like, I probably need to prepare for this. But on this map, you don't necessarily get to scout so much, especially if they take out the Overlord that sits over the natural ledge.
ColdScars with a cheeky barracks. This isn't a crazy 2 racks by any means, but it's going to be enough to put on quite a bit of pressure, and we talked about the aggression last game. This Overlord it has actually pathed to see this. So dTefel, here's the pros and cons to this. Pros, if ColdScars still goes with this, there's the chance the force of damage he brings might just be too much for dTefel to actually deal with. The con, it's going to get scouted. But another pro is the fact that because he went for 1 racks at home, this isn't all in. He can lift this racks up, he can scout with it, bring it back home. This sucks that it was scouted, but it's not the end of the game.
Yeah, for sure. And now he knows about the Overlord too. He could potentially go for that with a Marine afterwards, but yeah, you're right. He's just going to be able to put on some pressure here nonetheless. The pool is finished, however, and he can start making lings when he's ready. He's gone for the Queen first, though. And he has 2 SCVs with him, so he can start to bunker.
Oh, Zeph, this is actually a bit precarious. dTefel, I think, thinks this was a Reaper initially. Spinecrawler coming down a little bit late, because he just continued to go with the hatchery and gas as per normal. Exactly what you would want to do if Reapers were coming, but against 2 racks Marines, you're going to need a little bit more.
Yeah. This could get really tough. I mean, here goes the bunker. He still needs a spine regardless against this. He can move it down to the natural when he's ready, but the first Marine is going to deter that drone from killing the SCV. Second Marine joining up with him shortly.
Second bunker coming down as well. If he actually, I would have loved to have seen ColdScars go for a full wall off, because you can do that here with a choke.
Yeah.
But Marines, with that kiting, will take out these Zerglings. dTefel making the right choice. They're going to try and cut off the reinforcements, because that's what you need to do. It's not the bunker that is so scary. It's the reinforcements. If you keep the Marines from getting in that bunker, then the bunker is irrelevant. SCV trying to finish up, but ColdScars being shut down. Another SCV being thrown into this. Queen going to shut it down as well.
Wow. Now, the Queen unfortunately does go down, but
another SCV. How many SCVs were pulled with this?
So, yeah, tons actually. I mean, he's going to be able to finish off the...
Oh, if you could have gotten that supply block would have been devastating, because right now it's just annoying, but it could have been devastating. Marine's going to find himself choked against the wall here, but a lot of drone damage going down.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this has definitely worked out for ColdScars. Tons of links have had to be made. He killed how many drones at this point? 5 workers, but 4 have been killed for dTefel as well.
He's thrown a lot of SCVs across the field trying to get those bunkers up. Now ColdScars can just fall back behind this. I mean, quite frankly, I'd love for him to lift the racks, use it to scout, then slowly by slowly come home with it, because right now what he needs to do is macro and hard, because dTefel with 2 hatcheries has no problems with replacing the drones that he lost.
Yeah, and he still has this Ling threat as well, so no expansion going to be going down on the low ground. Any units going to be coming out of there.
Oh my god, if this depot isn't lifted... Oh, this is going to be so close.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh man. If the Zerglings have got 1 foot on that bunker.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, double gassing.
Go ahead.
He's double gassing behind this, which kind of makes me go, what? Because I don't know what build he wants to go for behind this. Marine's still offensively positioned really nicely, actually, behind the racks. Will limit so much surface area of these Lings. I'm wondering if this is going to lead to either Banshees or maybe, most likely, more Reapers. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, I'm kind of feeling like a factory sort of play after this, considering he's got the gas, but Yep, there's the factory going down now, and this Rax will unfortunately have to lift and head off, but not before the Marines come out and chase.
Reinforcements all over the place for both players.
Yeah.
Drones left and right, Zerglings left and right. Sorry to cut you off. It's amazing that the back and forth.
So yeah, it looks like he's gonna do a Hellion follow-up with the factory and the reactor coming down. Alternatively, you could always just drop an armory and see if you can do something with Hellbats and go into Medivacs drops that way. I guess we'll see what his plan is, because most Terrans in this situation, they just go straight for a CC, but he's definitely got some other ideas.
It's been a while and a long time, but I think it was Bunny way back when in Wings of Liberty. I saw him recover off of this with a 5cc follow-up. As weird as that is to say, and it actually won him the game. Same sort of failed 2-racks pressure where it wasn't an all-in 2-racks, and he just made 5ccs behind it at home, and caught up and even overtook his opponent in economy. So the potential for recovering, I think, is long past gone at this point. He needs to cause crazy damage, and it's going to be a Hellbat, one-base Hellbat follow-up to this.
Well, the pro of having all these Marines out the front of his base means that he can't really get any Lings out to scout. Well, hopefully not, at least. Hopefully they can't slip past and see what's going on, because if this is unscouted, you can actually do quite a bit of damage. ColdScars, TEFL, excuse me, is going straight for the lair, and he doesn't really have all that much else to defend. He does have a Roach Warren, but Hellbats can do quite a lot of damage before the Roaches are able to get in position if they're not already in the mineral line, so...
Well, even if the Roaches are positioned, low amounts of Hellbats still beat out low amounts of Roaches.
Yeah, true. Especially with the Medivacs. He has...
If only ColdScars could run by and just pick up that drone line. Hellions have been revealed, though. They're just barely envisioned, so TEFL knows what's waiting outside his base. But he doesn't know about the Hellbat follow-up, and I imagine TEFL has to assume his opponent wouldn't be going super all-in off this, because this is... Quite frankly, I don't see this going well for ColdScars, but if he can pull it off, he will cause a ton of damage. That's a pretty big if.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he had done a lot more damage in the early game, but then when we kind of looked at how many SCVs he actually traded in that as well, it was like, well, where does he go from here? And it looks like this is going to be his one shot at bringing it back. He is down one, so he definitely needs to win this game. And I'm not sure if Hellbat drops will be enough to do it, but he's going to try nonetheless. 2 Medivacs loaded up with 4 Hellbats.
If he can keep the Roaches busy at the natural with the Spine Crawlers, he doesn't need to take a big engagement. If he can just drop in the main, he might cause enough economic damage. If he can reduce his opponent to one base, he can then try to expand behind it. But ColdScars is playing so all-in off of one base. This is about as, I don't know if this will work as it gets, guys.
Yeah, let's see what happens. And there's nothing in the mineral line. Can these Hellbats roast some drones?
Oh, a little bit unfortunately focusing down the Queen. A push on the main, though, will keep the Roaches, sorry, on the Nash, will keep the Roaches from running to the main. But this drop did not do much of any damage.
No.
Unfortunately, distracted were those Hellbats.
14 workers killed total, but, I mean, he's got a huge army to contend with in the background now. And these Roaches can just go for the counter push.
Yeah, there's not even speed on these Lings. He doesn't need it because there's not going to be anything at home. Couple more... I mean, the Medivacs are coming, but they're not going to heal the damage. These Roaches will just start one-shotting each of these Hellbats. And I think ColdScars, with his barges of Medivacs just chilling outside the natural, kind of realizes what's about to happen. Oh, that supply depot is down as well, but TEFL's actually not capitalizing on that.
Wow. Oh, he hasn't even noticed that either. He's just let it kind of go. And now it's all down to these Hellbats and this one Marauder to hold all of this off. The Medivac's going to do their best to hold
this is pretty much it. I love building games up for suspense, but this is it. As soon as ColdScars didn't expand off of this, that was pretty much game. But good game, good luck, so not a sore loser. ColdScars will be knocked out, and TEFL will go on to the semifinals.